sure y'all share, like, subscribe, hit that little small Patty LaBelle button at the bottom so you can get notified when we drop new material. You know,
Every week,
every week.
coming every week at you. But in today's news, man, did you hear the Gucci Mane song, the new song he got?
I
This.
heard it.
Well,
You was a crash
I like it though. I mean, I like the song.
Uh-huh.
But do you consider him like? Cause I know we talked about this last
Right.
week, and I don't like rehashing stuff. But do you think that? I mean, I don't know. What you think of the song, man?
I mean, it's all right. It sounded like an old. I thought it was AI at first because it sounded like old.
I thought it
It
was.
sounded like old
Yep, I thought
trap
it was AI
Gucci.
at first
You know,
too.
when he was like 240. You know,
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's all right though. I just was laughing. It sounded like old Gucci, but I was laughing. You know, like it's like I got the last laugh. It don't matter what you say. People can say implicate me as being a snitch, whatever. But I got the last laugh. I'm getting paid. Same thing. Easy.
Right, and like you still signed
Yeah.
to me, and now you trending, so they playing more of your music.
Exactly.
So now I'm getting more money. It's like
Talking about Dre Day equals easy payday.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm getting paid, dog. So no
Right.
matter how you look at it, how you cut it, you slice it, I'm getting paid.
And I don't think he worried about what people in the streets are saying,
he's not.
man. He like, look, bro, I'm up in the millionaire status. Like y'all not even
right.
You know. But
Exactly.
I just it was funny to me. You know, Tekashi 6ix9ine, he made like a whole spreadsheet PowerPoint presentation comparing himself to Gucci Mane and like how y'all cancel me but didn't cancel him. Like he went on this
whole list. I seen something. I seen a short when he was going through. What about your man Young Thug? What about Young Thug?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What about Dirt? What about all these people, man. Tekashi is crazy. So just lay back, relax, chill. Man.
Right, like I mean, because I don't think like you don't want to be a rapper anymore anyway. So like, why do you care? Like people like you now for a different reason. You like a streamer, and like you got a different demographic now, different set of people. Like he hanging out with Aiden Ross and all. You know what I mean? So it's like, why are you even being mad at what's going on?
He's gonna hang with whoever got the bag. That's what we know about that. He's going wherever the bag is at. He's gonna be there.
That's true, but he seemed like he more at home over there. He seems like that's the type of cat that he really is.
I go
like
back to last week when I told you he never was that.
Yeah. Well, I knew he never was that. I knew he never was that, man. That's all. Like, come on, man.
He never was that at all.
Like, I don't even think.
What about the Offset situation? What you think about that?
The Offset situation, like I don't know, man. They say he's like he got a bad gambling habit and just be like borrowing money and not paying people for gambling debts and stuff like that. I mean, I believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you got money like that and you got a problem, you might be drinking and you just people have problems like that. You know what I mean? And he probably just squandering all his money away on that. He probably would have been better off staying with Cardi B.
But see, that's probably another reason why she probably left him. She was funding some of that habit too. I mean,
absolutely.
Word on the street of some of my sources, she was funding some of that habit. That's why the divorce is taking so long. He won like half of her property, or a piece of her property, a house or something, and want his tax debt to be paid or something.
He won a DNA test for the baby with Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, I think from what I seen today, they said it was his, but I don't know how how concrete that is because I didn't even go into it. Yeah, I ain't going to it, But Offset got a problem for real with gambling somewhere. You got the merch on.
Right.
You got the hotel merch on. That means you haven't even been back to the room, showered, nothing. Y'all got a sweatshirt I can put on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got the Bellagio.
One is a basketball player that said he was getting like messages from him asking him to cash out him $10,000.
He been asking everybody. Selena Powell, like, she put the receipts up there. He like the 10. It's like the cat that like to borrow $20,000.
Right. Look,
you're like, why you borrowing 20? What you want to do with this 20?
Yeah. See, but in his bracket, it's more like $50 or $100. Like in our lane, it'd be like me asking you, let me borrow $100. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, to them, borrowing $10,000 is like that. So you can go to everybody and anybody and probably get it until you exhaust all your resources.
Wrong one. Like, hold up, you out there. You know how we get to, right? You let somebody hold some money, you lend it to them. It don't matter what they do. They say they're gonna pay you back, but it's been a while, right? It's been a minute. You go on live, and you like, oh, he in Miami spending paper. You like, oh no,
taking pictures.
I'm out pay this person a visit right now.
I'm in Mexico chilling.
Yeah, I got, and I'm here too. Oh yeah, let's go.
Right.
I gotta see what's going on.
Right, let me find out what's up with that. Yeah. And that's probably the type of the situation to have. Yo, you owe me 10 racks. You up here gambling?
Exactly.
And then son got his mans on him and say, yo, get him. because that's what they said happened. Like Lil TJ was like, "Yo, jump on him," and
So
they
he doing
jumped
it the
on him.
right way. Somebody who could take that charge. You know what I mean?
Right,
Probably
right,
got a clean record,
right.
no, background, no bad criminal background, or anything like that. That's how you supposed to do it.
And
You got
his
paid
people's
security.
probably gonna be solid enough, man. Like, yo, we was fighting. I pulled out my gun to protect myself. I shot this cat.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, man, that's bad, man. That's a bad habit to have, though. For real, it is.
But why is he walking around with no security? If you a millionaire, this is what I say about people. If you in a certain status, like, and you doing certain things, and you got drama out there, have security guards with you. You're not like a cool person like Jadakiss that can walk around without no security. Like everybody love him. He don't have to worry about no drama. You know what I mean? But like a person like Offset, and you owe all of these people, and you owe people that get busy out there. Or at least they got friends that get busy.
They gonna put that pain in. But I think his mindset though is that, hey, I'm in a casino. They got security here. That's probably what he's thinking. I'm here 24. I told you he got the merch on. Anytime he got the casino merch on, you haven't even left to go to AM.
They probably love when he comes.
Denny's or wherever you. And
they spend all his money.
He probably had one of them joints where they got the restaurants. You know, some of them Vegas joints. When I stayed there, they got the mad restaurants and the casino, everything.
You don't have to go nowhere.
You don't have to go nowhere. Yep. You dig what I'm saying? Like Fat Tuesdays, all that
club, everything in there.
Yeah, everything. Yep. Magic shows, whatever you want to see. So that hotel merch just let you know he's not going anywhere. He's been on the bench. So when somebody's on the bench, they change no attire at all. So 5 days straight, six days straight, they're not changing anything. But yeah, man, all you can do is pray for the brother, man. Same way he do when he rolling dice. Hoping he hit. All you can do is pray for the brother. That's all you can do.
Yeah. He just going through problems that every man goes through. He just got more money than others, and so he in the spotlight.
Pretty soon he's not gonna have any money.
Everybody got their own demons they fighting. He gonna always have some type of bread because of his catalog.
But you got to think. Oh yeah, he does own his publishing, but the line of credit with the casinos, that's gonna run out.
Yeah, all of that's gonna run. His line of credit period is probably gonna run out with stuff with his cars and mansions and stuff.
Or what they'll have him do? Same thing they got Bruno Mars doing. Bruno Mars had a problem too, like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Did he have it? I wasn't aware of that.
They kept it under wraps. They kept a lot of people.
Was it like he owed taxes?
Man, a casino, like 100 mil. He not 100 mil,
really?
like a mil. Yeah, he was up. He was up, dog. His debt was up.
Is a mil a lot for him though? Because I think Bruno Mars is
yes, because like what we see on these Forbes lists, none of it is liquid.
Yeah,
so you don't know
we
what
know
kind of cash
liquid.
they
That's
got.
right.
You know what I mean? Like, so none of it's
especially
liquid.
when you in debt a lot and you owe a lot of stuff.
Who knows if these people paying their taxes? That's another thing. But he's a residential act now at the casino that he owed. And Offset probably can be a residential act. You perform bad and bougie by yourself, whatever.
You know what? That's taboo for a lot of people because when they do that, they feel like that's what usually artists, when they're at the end of their road and they got their last little bit of shine, that's usually where they go. I think that's Britney Spears had did one. I think did 50 Cent do one? Somebody else had did one.
Mary J. Everybody.
Yeah, a bunch of like.
Ashanti.
But you don't see the newer artists, so like it's like when you go there, you kind of feel like, all right, I'm in the category of not really getting paid like I used to.
Man, Wayne Newton's the OG. He made it look cool to be a residential act. You know what I'm saying?
He was a residential act for a long time too. He was the face of Vegas for a minute.
Tanned up.
Yeah.
Had the hair follicles way back then. You know what I mean? Like, so it's all right. You still getting paid.
Yeah, you still getting paid.
Unless you paying that debt off like Bruno Mars.
Right. Yeah. But I had no idea about that.
Yeah,
but yeah,
absolutely.
That's a good way to run that. How long do you think it's gonna take him to hit $1 million? A year?
I think it's probably going to take him about 3.5 years.
You think he's going to do a residency? I guess he can put out an album.
You know why I say that? Because it's a setup, bro. It's a setup. You got to think about it. You owe the casino. You're doing this residency. And you making money. But you're in the casino. That means
you
like
in the casino
gamble.
that you owe.
Oh, I'm sorry. Means you like to gamble. You know what I'm saying? You're getting money. So it's a setup. You know how that go. That's a setup.
And it's the one you owe. So
you've been doing it for a year and a half now, 2 years. So it should have been paid off.
He might be locked in, man.
You got Anderson .Paak probably in a room sniffing coke. This is crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? They get together, it might get wild.
I like Anderson .Paak.
I do. That's why I smile all the time. All I'm saying, that's why I smile all the time. You know what I'm saying? They say enjoy your coke with a smile. Say you smile a lot. All right. So I had a question though. This is just a typical question. Why do you think, right? You know that where I get with my why do you thinks, right? Why do you think, or do you think people tend, let me rephrase that, do you think people tend to show strangers more love than people that they actually know?
In some cases, yes. In some cases, yes. Because I mean, sometimes with people you know, like, look, I've been showing you mad love for a minute. You know what I mean? And some people don't, you know, they don't do what they supposed to do.
Right.
It's just like somebody that constantly borrow money. Right?
Right.
If it's somebody that I know is known for not paying me back, I'm gonna be less likely to give them money if they ask. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, a stranger may say, "Hey, let me get $1. You ain't gotta pay me back. I'm gonna give it to you." You know what I'm saying? And then the person you know will be like, "You would never give me $1. You gonna ask me to pay you back?" You know what I mean? And then in cases like that, I'm like, "Yo, that I can't because you ain't paid me back the last time." So in certain cases, yes.
On a reverse aspect, what if it's somebody that was loyal to you, and then you showing a stranger more love than that person?
I probably wouldn't do that. Definitely not. Nah, I wouldn't show a stranger more love than the person I'm loyal to. Nah, because I'm loyal to you for a reason.
Right.
I mean, you done been through something. You done pulled me out from something or something. You know what I'm saying? So
you know, you got people that get it's like somebody get a little piece of paper. You know, I'm not speaking off of a personal experience, but just in general, you know, you get people that get a piece of paper. You know, probably was there for them all the time, helped them out, whatever. It could be a whole circle of friends. You know what I mean? Family too, right? They give you their ass to kiss after that.
I've seen it happen.
But they'll go to a stranger like, we gonna have a good we gonna have a good time. Go ahead. Yeah. You know, it's crazy, man.
I don't understand how people do that, but yeah, I've seen it happen. It's happened in my family before.
Right.
So yeah, I've seen it happen.
Yeah, I think it's like, you know, those. I think people like that, they forget where they came from too. Because if you forget where you came from, it's like when you get somewhere, right? You can't get somewhere and forget where you came from. So it's like you get to a spot and you get to that spot, you can hit the lottery or whatever. You're gonna forget those who did something for you. It's just an analogy, you know what I mean? Right. So it's like people tend to forget. They're gonna
sometimes see people want to forget though.
That's what I'm about to say. Yeah, they want to suppress everything.
Yeah, right? I mean, some people like where they came from may not be so good, and they want to get rid of all of their past. You know what I mean? So they're gonna treat these new people like family. Y'all my new family. Because back there, I don't want nothing to do with them, and I don't know them, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
but what about when it was broke? You know, when you get money, you're gonna be like, man, I'm not gonna suppress how I was broke. You're gonna say, man, I gotta buy this because when I was broke, I could show. It's like people suppress what they want to suppress.
That's true.
You know,
that's true.
What's important to them, they won't suppress. But what they don't deem is important, they're gonna suppress it. And you gotta, you know, they're gonna act like you never even did anything.
I think they try to cover it with a false happiness. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they go out and buy all these things and go out and get all these new friends. And, you know, they try to create a different person. Like, you're not really that person.
Yeah, it's not you.
You are the person that came from where you came from. Yeah,
exactly. You're not gonna be. You're not gonna. It's gonna last for a minute. But after a while, you're gonna like, oh man, this is not me. I can't be going out every day.
You know who that remind me of? Your boy Tekashi 6ix9ine. Because that was not him.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they put on an image and, you know,
to appease others. That's what I'm saying. So people are.
But I think appeasing others makes them feel better about themselves. That's what I think.
When you could just be you with whoever you was rocking with, that you could have been loyal to.
Yeah, they're not gonna like me, man. I was poor and I was ugly.
We was rocking with you when you was poor and ugly. We was calling.
They don't see that though. Look, they don't see that.
Saying you was broke.
They don't see that. You know they don't see that. So they like these new friends. They look. You know, they nice.